Hi, I'm Alex and welcome back to our last edition for October. We mentioned in the previous episode about our searchlight that we had on the Flybridge of the Halvorsen and how it was in a poor state, and we sent it away. Well, we actually pulled it apart to restore it, but we had to send a lot of parts away. So this is it, as you can see. We will put some photos up of the previous condition of it, so you get an idea of how bad it was. But a couple of things. So this was all chrome brass. It was made by Perco in the US. It's quite a big light. There's a focus underneath here, so apparently this bit here you can adjust, and that changes the focal length of the light beam. You've got the handles on the back here in order to sort of move it around and shine it at things. A couple of the tricky bits that we found was that when we pulled it all apart, there's like a convex lens right in the back there, which is chromed. And in Australia, the only place that could chrome that was in Melbourne. It has to be done by vacuum, apparently. So we had to make up a crate, mould a foam into it, so we didn't damage the glass, because we thought, well, if that breaks, where the hell are we going to get another one? So we went a bit overboard, but we crated it off to Melbourne. That bit got done. All the rest of it got done here in Perth. We put new nuts and stainless steel hardware and things like that on it. New glass in the front, new globe. We have powered it up, and there may be some video footage of that as well. It's a bit like the bat signal. It's pretty bright, and you get a big circle where you're shooting the light. But anyway, this goes on the port side, or was on the port side of the Flybridge. We're probably going to put it back there. And we wanted to put something back on the vessel that was from the original days, and but it also had to look the part. So I think you can agree that it's actually come up a treat. The whole lot is all bronze or stainless steel. Here we are down in the drying room in the paint shed, so we're going to probably pan around and I'll show you a few things. So mine, there's a bit of dust on here, so don't take that as gospel. But these are the air conditioning ducts that go into the owner's stateroom. We've got some other panels here that have been finished. So these have all been glossed, and they're pretty much ready to go back on the boat. Some of the panels that have got to be glued in place will get another coat once they've all been glued in. But basically we're getting closer to the final process. This is one of the panels that goes in the galley, and that's where the air conditioning, well, not the ventilation for the fridge actually comes out through there. These are the doors that cover over the fridge. They've all got protection on them. We've got some more doors here. There's pretty much a lot of galley stuff here. This is one of the bulkheads that goes beside the fridge. Some holes and stuff all pre-drilled, because these were all fitted. So the whole lot was all fitted. Then we removed it all. Now it's all been sent down for polishing, and you can see that's all been finished. There's no light in here, so you're just picking up the natural light that's coming in through the roller door. There's another panel there. That one there is for underneath of the breakfast bar, and there's some more panels underneath there. So we just put them in here so that the paint can fully cure, and we just needed to put it in somewhere where it's going to just be dry and pretty much away from all the rest of the contamination. So they go in here, so probably next week they'll start to move up into the vessel and be fitted. There's another one there, hasn't had the clear coat on it, but it's obviously sitting there while it cures. These are the cabinets that go either side of the saloon lounge. And then there's a lot still further outside here that's in the process as well. There's a lot of pieces to get glossed, and there's a lot of pieces in the puzzle that we've got to put all back together. You'll see as you come out here, we've got more planking for the cabins as well. That's the feature planking that we're doing in silky oak. There's a lot more stuff all underneath here. You've got to excuse the dust, but that's just what happens, but it'll clean off, so it's no big deal. But they're all been, where are we at with these ones, Ricky? These have been all glossed finished now, or they're still
ready for sand for final top coat?
Final top coat, yeah. So everything that gets here and ends up in the final drying room at the back, yeah. These are the kickers as well, some doors. This one here, this is the helm seat in the wheelhouse. So that's where the chart drawers are. And then the big holes here, there's a footrest. Because it's so high, you've got a footrest. It's got to go in the middle there, so it doesn't interfere with the opening and closing of the drawers. And see, everything's all been veneered on the inside too. So that's all been blocked back, ready for more paint. I have to apologise for the flickering. It's the strip lighting we've got in one of our spray booths here. I just wanted to show you this. So these are in sealer, and the process then will be another. So how many coats of sealer on this, Ricky?
3.
3. So is that 3? So we've put the isolator first, then the 3 coats of sealer, then this gets blocked back, and then we go into final primer, which then gets 1 coat of final primer.
Yes.
So 1 coat of final primer. Which we mentioned before is actually a top coat of another brand, but we're using it as a final primer. Then that gets blocked back, and then we go on with the final clear coats. That gets done, and then it goes into the drying room there to wait till it's going to get installed on the vessel. So these ones here are the overhead cabinets for the galley. So we've got a fair bit of the galley stuff. Pretty close to finished, really. It's going to be another week or 2, and it'll be all in the boat, and it'll start to look like a galley. So I can't wait to show you that. I just wanted to touch on some of the electrics. We haven't really shown you a lot of that on the vessel yet, mainly because you're running cables and stuff, and you can see there's a lot of it around. But there's not really a lot to see in terms of prettiness and, like when you're looking at some gloss paintwork. But what I want to point out is a lot of the stuff behind the scenes is the design work and that of the electrical system on the boat. So what we've got here, these are the dimmer modules for the salon area. It shows you all the terminals and things go. And what we've got here is labelling. So every wire on the vessel will actually have these labels on them. That's actually printed into heat shrink. So then when we terminate the cabling, they'll have these numbers on each end of the wire. And we also have a lot of spreadsheets with what the code number is, what it does, where it goes, the length of it, the gauge of the wire, the amp rating, that type of thing. So it's all been done, as you can see there. So we'll just spin around so you can see all the wiring here. We use terminal ends as well, so it's not just leaving bare wires and things like that. These are going to get crimped here, and we've got the dimmer box, which I showed you some of the drawing on upstairs. So this is part of it here. I don't want to go upsetting the electricians too much, but there's the dimmer modules there. That box goes into there. There's another panel, and then you've got all your terminal blocks here where all the wires go in. And every single one of these will have a code on it, be numbered, and you can then refer back to the drawings and you know where everything goes. We do have plans all around the vessel, and we have a lot of. This is more of a general arrangement type thing. So this is more like a physical drawing of where they actually are, as opposed to an electrical drawing where it'll be just it won't look like this. This basically says, oh, this is where it's located. A proper electrical drawing will be lines with codes and things on it that says, well, this is where the wires go, but it's not actually where it's run on the vessel. That's what this is. So we've got that. We've had other drawings done as well, which shows you the light angles for the downlights and that, so we know where we're going to get and what the coverage is going to be with regards to those. Again, you start off with something. It does change a little bit because we're changing where some of the furniture goes. So again, it's a design that evolves, so you're forever changing it. You can see here we basically clamp everything 12 inches apart as well. We've got all of the other wiring there in the conduit. You'll see all the stuff up around the through the beams. Anywhere we had a penetration going through one of the deck beams and that, everything's been painted and sealed. All the holes open up. Everything will get conduited once it's finished. We've also got the insulation going in as well, as you can see in certain areas. So once it's done, the insulation will be right through the whole deck head. It's also in the bulkheads, the walls, sides of the vessel. And we're also going to have, there's going to be some, we've got an emergency lighting plan as well, which I'll touch on as we get close to that. And there'll actually be sensors up in the timber as well, which have rectifiers in them, so when there's the need arise, it'll actually turn the lights on. So we'll have a system where if we did lose power or something like that, the boat will light up. So you can actually get from the cockpit to the engine room, through the cabin. So say we lost power and you're in one of the cabins downstairs, you'll be able to safely get out of the vessel. There'll be a lighted path for that sort of thing too. We've got some plans for it. I will show you that at a later date when we get closer to it. here's a little fitting that we actually made. I've got 2 of these. So right here is the dish drawers. So you've got your dishwasher, the 2 drawers. They do have a closed system on them, but when you're at sea and you've got some weight in there, you've got dishes and etc., you don't want it coming open on its own. So what we made with these, they'll go into there. So you won't see because the cupboard door is going to cover it. And you basically just, when you're going to say do a voyage and you need to make the vessel seaworthy, that'll screw in and it locks the drawer so it doesn't open. One of the reasons we had to do that is to do with real estate on here and basically the design of the galley. Your drawer comes up and then the fascia for the drawer here comes together. So there's no actual bit in the middle that you could actually put an external lock onto, because once it's done, and you'll see this once we put it all back together, but the fascia here finishes up here, and then this one here finishes here as well. So there's no structural part of silky oak here. It's a drawer and a drawer. So you've got 4 drawers and you've got 2 drawers there. So there's nowhere that you could actually put some sort of catch on the outside to hold these closed. And the same here. There's a cupboard door here, which is hinged off here, which comes up to here. So again, you've got the drawer front here, you've got that there. There's no real estate in order to shut that. So the only way we really could do it was to put these in here, which the crew will know about. And you don't need to use it all the time. It's just if you're going to be in heavy weather, something like that, or you're going to do, say, some voyage at sea and the weather's going to be bad, the vessel's rolling and pitching and things like that, you just want to make it a bit more secure. So for just cruising around the river and stuff like that, you won't need it, but it's just there. So again, we had to make those because you can't really buy anything off the shelf that's going to do the job. Do you remember the holes I showed you in the last video up on the Flybridge or under the helm for the air conditioning outlets for the galley? We had a couple of holes. These are the boxes that have been made to cover over those holes. So this will be inside under the helm on the Flybridge. Then there's a hose that gets, or duct that gets connected to this, which goes to the fan unit. So that's how it'll look. This is it upside down because there was 2 of them. You can see the insulation that we put in. Basically that stops any moisture and condensation, and this is what it looks like upside down, and that's what it looks like the right way around. That goes into the 2 holes. This one here is, I can't remember. It will be part of that box that's sitting down there, which is actually another unit which is for the return air. So when you've got air going in, you've got to have the air coming out as well. A bit like in your house, you'll have in the passageway a great big filter in the hallway. Same sort of deal on the boat. Where you've got the air coming out of here, it has to be drawn in somewhere else, and that's what these parts are for that. So again, you'll see in the galley there'll be another area with another grill, but that's sucking the air up, all right? That's all I wanted to do today. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's just another update. Things are going to start to come together pretty quickly, as you will see. We've been down the paint shop, excuse me, been down the paint shop. There's a lot of components that are almost finished, started. There's a lot going on down there. We should have the galley back together pretty quick and pretty soon. Wiring's going ahead. A lot of stuff's starting to get terminated now into cabinets and things like that. Once we get the furniture back in place, then we can put the switches in, we can put the GPOs in, and we can start to make it look like a boat. We're pretty close, but we're not there yet. So hang around, it's going to get even more and more intense, more exciting. Like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions, by all means, hit us up for that too, all right?
And just so you know where we're located, where we're rebuilding this Halvorsen 70-foot timber beauty, we are located at the Port of Fremantle, with the city of Perth up the river. If you watch this Google Earth animation, it gives you an idea where we are. For those enthusiasts that follow the America's Cup, Fremantle was the first location for the defence of the America's Cup in 1987 that was held outside of New York. It's also the birthplace of the replica of Captain Cook's Endeavour and the Age of Discovery Dutch vessel, the Doifken. Both these seafaring replicas now reside at the Australian National Maritime Museum in Sydney. And if you're ever in Sydney, have a sail on one.